Hey everyone, and welcome to my first account tour video. This account is 3 months old and started at the beginning of the Shared Sky season. First up, we're level 47 with nearly 30 million in overflow XP. As for the level challenges, I'm done more than half of the 3 buddy challenges. I'm just waiting another 5 weeks to complete the last challenge. So far, I walked a total of 1,161 kilometers as I've been a pretty active player, while also maximizing events. I would like to also mention, because people have commented on my last account, this is playing while balancing a normal 9 to 5 job. I play a couple hours after work and a couple more over the weekend. I've caught nearly 60,000 Pokemon and visited over 32.5k Pokestops thanks to my work being above a Pokestop, and the campus that I play on being pretty dense with spawns and Pokestops. I'm also currently above 150 million XP as mentioned in a previous episode, less than 26 million XP left. I'm basically grinding out the XP from level 49 to 50. As you can see, my start date is actually May 31st. This is one of my regrets with the account. I checked to see if the email for this account was available the day before, and I guess it registered that as the start date, rather than me creating my character the day after. Taking a quick look at my route badges, I have 2 gold route badges, which requires 100 trips, and I have a few silver badges nearing gold soon. Moving on to the gym badges, thanks to me grinding out the defender medal, I have quite a few gold gym badges, with me actually having more gold than silvers. There was actually something interesting that I found with me having some bronze gym badges while having 0 battles, 0 time defended, and 0 treats. I completely forgot that while doing raids, and in this case remote raids, gives gym points. I was confused for a while. Moving on to the medals, I don't want to go into a full explanation in each medal, so I'll do my best to summarize. I'm currently at 16 platinum medals that aren't catch medals. Combined with my 17 type catch medals, I total 33. I need 2 more, which will be explained very soon. The easiest medals to do are as follows: Collector medal, catch Pokemon; Scientist medal, evolve Pokemon; Berry Master medal, save berries and feed Pokemon; Ranger medal, do field research; Picnicker medals, lures on community days in popular areas; Successor medal, mega evolve Pokemon. This used to be a lot easier, but now changed with the upcoming max raids, you can no longer get Mega Beedrill energy from gym spins. Tiny and Jumbo Pokemon Collector medal, evolve and trade extra small and extra large Pokemon. The Vivillon medal, use the official Pokemon Go Discord. And lastly, the Idol medal, getting best friends and one of my missing platinum medals. The following medals are reliable medals to get, but are a bit grindy. These include the Great, Ultra, and Master League Veteran medal. You can either tank in GBL or battle friends. Backpacker medal, spinning stops. Battle Girl medal, doing gym battles. Or the Ace Trainer medal, grinding Candela fights with a Shadow Sharpedo. Trickier medals to get include the Pikachu fan medal, very event dependent. Gym leader medal, getting this was actually outside of my expectations. Pilot and Gentleman medal, very trade dependent. I actually prepped for this when I went to Japan. And lastly, the Navigator medal, doing routes, my second missing platinum medal. I'm lucky to be in an area where there's a good loop of quick routes. Moving downward are my 17 type catch medals. Similarly to the Tiny and Jumbo Collector medal, my only advice for this is to catch everything, maximize certain events, evolve, and trade, especially for trickier types like Dragon, Fairy, and Dark. Certain types are event or season dependent like Ghost and Ice, and Steel has tricks like the Mystery Box. I for one don't plan on getting my Ice type catch medal as I'll be reaching level 50 before the winter holidays, and despite doing all the things that I mentioned, I'm still below 2k for it. And now onto the juicy stuff, the Pokemon. Taking a quick peek at the eggs first, I make sure to keep 2k eggs to make it easier to clear our egg storage during egg events, and I make sure to keep my bonus egg slots full with 12k Rocket Leader eggs to avoid Adventure Sync eggs. I'm currently at 4k storage, and while I'm not a big collector, I save a bunch of Pokemon either for trades or bonuses like this season's guaranteed Excel candy. A lot of people have been asking about my tags, so I'll be able to explain them now. They're basically short forms with numbers to make them easier to search up. Rather than searching evolve for dex, I can search up my E1 tag for Pokemon that I still need to evolve for dex entries. PvP1 is a temporary tag for Pokemon that get picked up by my PvP search string. I will check these later to see if they're highly ranked. Same goes for my Raid 1 where I temporarily place my high IV meta relevant Pokemon. Geo1 is for all my Great League Pokemon, not necessarily built, either nearly 1500 CP already for budget picks, or good IVs for the Great League, with me not caring too much about the species, because as everyone can see from this season, metas can always shift. S1 is my shinies tag, currently at 374 shinies after 3 months, sorting by recent to quickly go over the events that I got my shinies in. We have a few lucky off-event shinies, but of course we had the recent Poplio Community Day. We also have quite a few shinies from the Triumph Together event where there were no event spawns, with Xerneas being the raid boss, getting super lucky with those. Moving on, we had the Beldum Community Classic, then we have a couple shinies from the Adventure Week. Usually this comes with a lot more, but what can you do? The highlight is definitely the 4 Jobers that I got. Now, getting into the month of July, which was jam-packed with shinies. At the end, we had 2 Ultra Unlocks, the Strength of Steel event and the Mega Lucario Raid Day. I got a ton of Steel type shinies from that. After that, we had my Absolute Degenerate Ultra Unlock Part 1, where I completely maximized the 4x Catch XP bonus. I believe the shinies that I missed out on, ironically, were both of the Wooper shinies. Otherwise, we got a ton of boosted shinies from the Alola and Galar region. Did you think that was a lot of Ultra Unlock shinies? Well, we had Dynamo Community Day in the middle of the Ultra Unlock. I have a whole other half of the Ultra Unlock afterwards. That's a lot of shinies. But that's not even my most dense shinies. What was right before the Ultra Unlock? The whole Go Fest, where I got such a massive variety of shinies. Scrolling over these pretty quickly, I got pretty lucky with Necrozma and Ultra Beast shinies. Highlights from the wild spawns include multiple Volbeat shinies, a regional for me, 2 Corsola shinies, 2 Costume Umbreon shinies, and a healthy amount of the newly debuted shinies, Ducklet, Amoga, and Crabrawler. Leading up to that was the Aquatic Paradise event, where I got very lucky with some water type shinies on the first day, getting either 3 or 4 full out shinies in a single day. And moving on to the last month of June, we ended the 8th anniversary event where I got the Melton shinies and a couple starter shinies, with Ho being the raid boss at the time, also getting very lucky on those. Before that was the Cyndaquil Community Day Classic. My Scorching Steps and Splunker's Cove shinies were not particularly plentiful, but I did manage to get a shiny Komala from the Slumbering Sands event. And during that event, we of course have our customary June Dragon Community Day of Gumi. But of course, my first shinies were from the Slumbering Sands event, getting 2 shiny Costume Slackoths, a shiny Oranguru Dex entries, and the beloved first shiny of Clampearl. And that concludes the shiny tab. And now, onto the next tab with even more juice. H1, the Hundos tab. Yeah, ignoring the elephants, or rather supercomputers in the room right now, I'm starting off with the 3 Hundo Primarinas mentioned in my Popular Community Day. I'm actually regretting evolving all of them right now, definitely could have kept them as a family, but oh well. The Sandshrew is in a Shadow Hundo, rather a Pundo, Hundo when purified, and a Lucky Hundo Scatterbug. And now the 5 Hundo Metagross. Me and some buddies went Shundo hunting on the Beldum Classic Community Day, because who doesn't want a Shundo Metagross? 20 checks, but unfortunately not a single Hundo. But chasing Hundos in a car after getting callouts randomly left us very busy, and I didn't have much time to record. Especially when compared to the Poplio Community Day, I didn't actually have as many clips. Fun fact, the Hundo Mienfu was from our field research that I got during the Com Day. And the Pikachu was also from our research. Moving on, I got the Lilip from a Spotlight Hour. I have 3 lucky Hundos, Lundos, with 2 of them being Jinx, which is very sad for me. Both Togedemaru and Excadrill were also Hundos from their respective Spotlight Hours. Both Clampearl and Fuecoco were both wild catches. Togepi was an egg hatch and will be very useful for a Master League premiere. Vanillite was from field research. The Galarian Zigzagoon was from a trade, and the Gligar was a callout during GoFest. Of course, I have my 2 maxed out Hundo Necrozma forms. Solrock was a wild encounter also during GoFest. Corsola was from an egg the day before GoFest. Quillfish, Spheal, Chansey, and Bidoof were all wild spawns, with Spheal being an auto-catcher find while I was grinding Neoligos in its Spotlight Hour. Morlul and Gigalith were both from trades. Glameow was another wild spawn, and I got a Lundo Golden Goal, which was very nice. Finally, I have 2 Salamence from research and referral rewards, and I have 3 more Lundos in the form of Gumi, Machamp, and a Alolan Sandshrew. Mankey was a wild spawn, Buizel was a Hundo from field research, and finally the last 3, Psyduck, Rattata, and Tangela were all wild spawns. N1 is the tag for Nundos, of which I don't have too many, just 9, as you might expect all of them are wild spawns while there is no weather boost active. M0 is the tag for Pokemon that I plan to mega in the future, either Pokemon that I'm otherwise currently working on or megas that I don't have energy for. M1 is the tag for Mega Pokemon that I'm currently making progress towards. I would search this tag up daily to do my daily Mega evolutions. And M3 is a tag for level 3 Mega Pokemon that I'm done with. These are usually the ones used for events when I need them. T1 is the tag for Pokemon that are saved for trades in the future. I often keep legendaries, costumes, and regionals that people in my community might want. T2 is the tag for Pokemon that I plan to trade en masse. I'm saving a bunch of Pikachus for a member of the community currently hunting for the hundo, but otherwise it's mainly comprised of Pokemon that I've saved for the guaranteed Excel trade season that I will slowly wean down throughout the season. T3 is a tag for Pokemon that I plan to transfer during 2x transfer candy hours, also a lot about them. U01 is similar to G01, full of Pokemon that have good IVs for the Ultra League. And following that is ML1 for Pokemon that are meta relevant for the Master League and are close to hundos. M2 is the tag for my mythical Pokemon plus Zygarde. More relevant are Pokemon that I get one-offs for. O1 is the tag literally for other Pokemon. These Pokemon are just things that I find fun to collect and would otherwise want. This includes various costume Pokemon, large Pokemon for showcases, collections like Unknown, Scatterbugs, Spindas, and Flabébé colors. It also includes Pokemon that I use for Rocket Grunts and Leaders. Next up are some very important tags, the Raid Attackers. Geo1 is for ground types, currently using Legacy Garchomp and Excadrill with a good IV Shadow Excadrill. FT1 are fighting types with my Hundo Machamp, with the rest being Lucario with Force Palm. FR1 are fire types, mainly comprised of Typhlosion from the classic Community Day. I plan on replacing these in the future with Reshiram and Shadow Chandelier. RK1 are rock types, including a Tyrantrum, a Mega Diancie, and the rest filled up with Gigalith. I plan on replacing this with Shadow Rhyperior and the odd Shadow Rampardos. IC1 are ice types and pretty hard to get good ones. I'm using the best budget ice types right now, Glaceon. Planning on replacing these in the future with Shadow and normal Mamoswines. FL1 are flying types, only consisting of Mega Rayquaza and Salamence. Hopefully we can get more Meteorites in the future so I can have a party of all Dragon Ascent Rayquazas. WT1 are water types, currently temporarily filled with Legacy Primarina. However, these will most likely be soon replaced by Kyogre. ST1 are steel types, completely filled by Hundos. Duskmane, Necrozma, and 5 Legacy Metagross, no complaints here. GS1 are grass types, completely filled up with Kartanas, with a spot open for Mega Sceptile in the future. FA1 are fairy types, temporarily filled with Primarinas, but they do a very good job. These will slowly get replaced by Shadow Gardevoirs in the future. BG1 are bug types, not sure what to fill in here, maybe Pheromosa in the future and Volcaronas. PC1 are psychic types and are filled with a Gardevoir that I plan to mega in the future and a bunch of Necrozma. They actually do very well, but will definitely be replaced by Shadow Mewtwo in the future. GH1 are ghost types and are filled with Necrozma Dawnwings and a mix of Gengar and Gholdengo. I'm pretty happy at where they are now, but might be replaced by Shadow Chandler in the future as well. DK1 are dark types with a mix of both Tyranitar and Hydreigon. Also pretty happy with this lineup. Will only be replacing them with shadows in the future of the same Pokemon. EL1 are electric types with a few Shadow Raikou and otherwise filled with Xurkitree. No complaints with this lineup at all. PS1 are poison types, only comprised of Neoligos. I don't see any reason to use anything else other than adding a Mega Beedrill. DG1 are dragon types. I don't have too many of these, just Salamence and the Origin Palkia that I got traded over for the adventure effect. But that's the last Raid Attacker tag. The last tags are pretty miscellaneous sorting tags. B1 are for buddy Pokemon that have buddy quests to evolve. I plan to add Pokemon that I want to best buddy here as well. Charge 1 are for Pokemon that need charge TMs. Currently, these Primarina have Disarming Voice, which is fine for now, but I will want to reroll for Moonblast in the future. Evolve 1 are for Pokemon that I plan to add to my raid teams that still need evolving. Power 1 are for Pokemon that I need to power up. While I could do a lot of these right now, having this tag is very helpful for field researches that require powering up Pokemon, which I have taken massive advantage of for previous events. Legacy 1 are for Pokemon that need legacy moves, simply awaiting events that bring them back. Otherwise, I will have to make the decision whether to use an Elite TM on it. Frost 1 are for Pokemon that have frustration. Both the Rocket Takeover and Championship event has already passed, and I still have more Pokemon that need frustration removed. MD1 is a tag for medals. Currently saving small Rattata to trade over to a friend for the youngster medal. And lastly, Candy 1 is for Pokemon that I need candy for. Usually reserved for legendaries where rare candies are better used, I thought to just put any raid Pokemon that need candies to power up here. But that's my complete Pokemon storage after 3 months. Let's finish up this tour by going through the bag. I'm currently at 5k bag space, and quite often I reach this maximum and I need to clear stuff up. I have some max potions and max revives. I have a ton of Pokeballs that I often hold on to. Usually I try to keep around 2000 Pokeballs total. I have some pin-apps with over 100 in golden Raz and silver pin-apps. My premium items include 23 incense, 24 star pieces, and 4 lucky eggs. I often use lucky eggs, but I'll be using a lot more star pieces in the future. I currently have 55 rare candies, but as you often see, I regularly use them. I also currently have 186 rare excels saved up. I'm still not quite sure what I want to use them on. I have 108 premium raid passes left over from the GoFest raids. I bought a ton, but I plan to honestly use them all on Kyogre and Groudon this month. I have quite a few leftover lures after getting the Picnicker medal, but I don't plan on ever getting more in the future, or buying more rather. I have quite a few fast TMs from all the routes that I do, and I have a decent amount of charge TMs, but I go through them very quickly. I now have a very good stockpile of elite fast and charge TMs thanks to the elite TM box that was in the shop during the championship event. It cost 1025 coins for one of each elite TM with no limit, and I definitely took advantage of that. And lastly, my evolution items. They don't take up too much space, but that concludes my account tour for the first season of this account. I hope you enjoyed. I know I made a ton of progress and I'm super satisfied. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.